Hello guys, this is WizardCorp and welcome to my video on what I want from future Assassin's Creed games. Before this video starts, I want to clarify that I do like parts of the newer games, and Origin is a really good game and Valhalla is looking really fun. That being said, it's just not what I personally want from Assassin's Creed games due to the reasons I will explain in this video. Parkour is a fundamental part of all Assassin's Creed game and has always taken relative skill to master, and especially AC1 to Revelations. Although I've really liked every parkour system in all the games, apart from Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. Yes, it still looks fairly cool in these games, but it's so incredibly simple anyone can use it and master it since there is very little to master. Parkour in future games need to have plenty of inputs you can put in for different results in game that take a higher level of skill to pull off whilst being consistent. Another thing that is not good for parkour in AC games is not being able to animation break. AC Unity and Syndicate does this a lot and it really hurts the possibilities of certain moves that you should be able to pull off. Also, I want to be able to jump when I want and kill myself if I want. Syndicate. I understand that AC has to develop and adapt over time. That being said, I'm not a fan of the completely RPG styles of the new games. In my opinion, the limit to RPG styles in AC games should be AC Syndicate. It was the last game in the series that had RPG elements while still feeling like a proper AC game. There is adaptation over time, and then there is changing the whole genre of the game, and I love RPG games, but that is not what I want from an AC game. The games got old for some people due to the same types of missions and similar style of AC games. Now I have a theory that in the game, as you become more of an assassin, Ivor will turn the blade back to the front of his forearm to symbolise him becoming more of an assassin. Although I don't think Ubisoft will do this, it'll be a very respectable move that caters to the people who play Assassin's Creed to be an assassin and not necessarily a Viking. Don't get me wrong, AC as an RPG can definitely work as we saw in Origins, it's just not what I want from an Assassin's Creed game. The reason AC is not good for RPG games is that it creates a lot more combat options to the point where you don't want to use stealthy hidden blade tactics because of all the things you can do in combat, which is clearly front and centre in the last games. The game should focus more on stealth, and it's difficult for that to be the case on RPG style due to stealth always being relatively the same, whereas combat has all the different upgrade opportunities to make stealth seem less attractive in comparison. Weapons is definitely where the newer AC games shine. I want plenty of types of weapons that all play differently. This can definitely happen in Assassin's Creed without it being an RPG style. For example, AC2 and AC Unity did this perfectly with plenty of types of weapons that all play differently. For the skills I want for the 2021 AC game, I want it to have really unique stealth skills that your assassin can learn and it to focus less on combat. In terms of equipment, I want the new types of equipment to actually be new. We can keep the usual stuff like smoke bombs, berserk darts, pistols, etc. Obviously depending on the time it's set in, but I want to see new types of equipment to keep the gamer engaged and feel like they were playing a new game as opposed to another Assassin's Creed game with the same sort of stuff. In AC Origins it made sense that you were not an assassin for a lot of it due to the game being the literal origin of the assassins, but AC Origins was made before the origin of the assassins. You're just not an assassin at all. In AC Valhalla, you join the Hidden Ones at some point in the game, but as I said before, it's seeming to focus way more on Vikings as opposed to assassins, and that's just not what Assassin's Creed is about. In the new 2021 Assassin's Creed game on the new consoles, I want it to play as a proper assassin for the majority of the game. I know it's crazy, I want to play as an assassin in Assassin's Creed. To conclude this video, I just want to say everything I've said in this video is just what I want from Assassin's Creed, and if you want different things from the series, that's completely fine, and let me know what you want from AC in the comments. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video guys. It took a long time to make and I'd massively appreciate any support on this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, goodbye.